Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino. It's Friday. We made it. We made it through another week. But I want to share a few things with you. Well, one thing specifically that I find disturbing, and only because of the source. And we'll talk about that in just a second here. So, anyway, post market wrap up. I always left that out. I did just now. Anyway, look, before we even talk about this market, let me say this. I talk to everybody. You guys and girls all know that. Now, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to put things together. The eerie quiet that we have right now, it should tell you something. Again, we're coming up on this presidential selection. The public must be lulled into a sense of, well, look, nothing is what it seems to be. You all know that. I think we're pretty much on the same page with that. And the public, the general population doesn't know which end is up, down, inside out, sideways. They just don't get it. They're kept in a state of believing in things that just are not so. And now the sense of, like, energy prices are okay. The war doesn't seem to be doing anything, although we're all aware of what's happening. So again, this period right before the selection here, it's kind of an interesting phenomenon that we're seeing. So anyway, here's the story. I have information from what I would deem an extremely reliable source that things are being done here while everyone's distracted as usual, focusing on the Trumps and the Harrises and whatever it might be. They always use these kind of mechanisms to pull stuff off in the background. So from what I understand, all right, we should be expecting, I had to write this down, within 30 to 90 days, and more likely to the closer end, this is what I'm hearing, what I've heard, that we should expect Israel to start striking new targets in the Middle East. That's number one. Number two, secret troop deployments, U.S. troops to the Middle East. Now, how many of you are surprised about this? I don't think this is anything stunning or anything that we would not expect to happen. It's just too easy. What happened? What happened yesterday? Jamie Dimon, the illustrious CEO of the Wall Street superbank of superbanks, JP Morgan, what did he say? I wrote this down too. He said specifically with regard to war, he believes we're in World War III right now. It's already started. Now, he went on to say, we are running scenarios, quote, which would shock you. Nothing would shock you nor I. We also got a plethora of warnings from the IMF about this market, and we're hearing a lot of things here. Look, it's almost like collecting code information. You put this stuff together again. I understand that all of us are playing a game of incomplete information. I don't think we should be afraid, Steve. Steve Anthony writes, be afraid. No, don't be afraid at all. We raise our awareness here. Fear, again, is a paralyzing force. It doesn't allow you to think logically. You make mistakes. We don't do that. We are aware of what is happening. And clearly, look, man, let me just say this. To keep the Ponzi going, exactly. I can't even say this. Hoof here. Whatever you are, bro, you're on the right track. We're in a Ponzi of epic proportions here. Without a mechanism, they need a mechanism. Central banks, who are the one world government, to allow them to fulfill their goal. We know that the goal here is to inflate. Now, as I have been saying, up until recently, it was war, the buildup to war itself, the expansion of war, which generates the need for more borrowed dollars into existence than any other human endeavor, until the scamdemic came up. And that threw that whole theory out the window. Scamdemics, obviously, we witnessed what happened during that 3.6 trillion, poof, magically into creation here out of nothing. So that takes the cake. But with regard to they need, look, you and I have been aware for a very long time. Schemes that we can't even dream about, think about, have a nightmare over is going to be thrown at us to keep the mechanism going, to get people to back it too, to approve of whatever they're going to do. And it's very simple to lull a fear factor on the people to make them support whatever they want. So again, hearing that there are secret truth deployments going on here, do you doubt that? I don't. Uh, Number two, that again, this eerie quiet that we're having right now is about to get interesting, should I say, after the selection. Okay, what have we been saying? After the selection, all bets are off. And I'm telling you again, all bets are off. However you want to play this stuff is up to you. Yes, quiet with a question mark. What are you hearing? Okay, other than the fixation on this freaking selection here, man. Everything is very quiet. Like I said, you got energy prices. People are okay with this right now. People seem to be fine with the current situation. That should raise your awareness as well. Anyway, so secret troop deployments, imagine our shock. Yeah, I guarantee you that's happening right now. With regard to war, expanding war, more human suffering, death, pain, blood, guts splattered all over the place just to keep the mechanism going here. How many of you doubt that's in the cards? Of course, we know that already. You want a bracket race? Come on down. Every Thursday, I'm over here at Bradenton Testing. Let's have some fun. Anyway, look, man. So this is not a surprise to me. I just want to say this one more time. And there's no way I could even talk about where I get this information from. But where I got this from is someone that I would deem an extremely reliable source. Someone that has nothing to gain by saying this stuff here. Someone that has an insight into this. And I mean an insight into this. So let's just leave it at that. And I think it sounds right that this is what we should expect, again, after the selection, 30 to 90 days, more like closer up here. Some big event here in the Middle East, Israel striking new targets. So war is going to expand. This is World War III. Jamie Dimon, a guy with, I would imagine, a very keen insight, or should I say, maybe information you and I are not privy to, quite obviously. His warning, again, that they're now running scenarios that may shock us. We're not going to be shocked by anything because we're ready for anything that they want to throw at us. Now, look, let's switch gears a little bit. This is a concern. Yesterday, we watched the sell-off in the debt market just stop. It just stopped in its tracks. This morning, same thing, but it looks like it has resumed. Look what happened here. 10-year yield higher. This is fear right here. This is a fear trade. Is there something in the air that maybe the market knows about, smelling something that maybe we don't know, that maybe we just became aware of now? Would that surprise you? I don't. I don't think that would surprise you. This is a concern. In my opinion, this is a very large concern. I asked my technical traders to have another look at this right now. If you subscribe to my free newsletter, link in the description of this video, you're going to see many comments from technical traders making sense of this here. I would urge you, again, it's free to everybody. Go look at it. Go read the comments here. A lot of very, very, very good comments over there about what they see. I don't like what I see here. Is it the fly in the ointment, or should I say the variable here really is what is the Fed going to do? Is the Fed at the moment? Here's the question. I have a question for all of you. And I've been talking about this for what feels like 1,000 years. They're not done. They have to create more slaves to the system, more dependency on the system. Are we there yet? Is the question. Because once they're there, you have to understand, there's a lot of other factors involved too. You got this BRICS alliance, which is solidifying. Okay, they're coming up with a payment system, as you all know. Okay, a direct threat to the Federal Reserve and the US dollar, period. So I would expect something big to occur sooner than later, which would lead to more war, more pain, more suffering. This is really what it looks like to me. And I would say to you guys and girls as well. Now, with regard to this, man, look, you have no idea the weight that I put on this. My little monster, my little creation. I'm kind of like Dr. Frankenstein. This is not good. This is not good. Down, down, down. All of a sudden, this sweeping here. Look, man, this is the key, as I've been telling you for the longest time, with regard to the market. And with all of this uncertainty here, with regard to the selection, it's, anything. We just got to be ready for it. And I'm telling you right now, after the selection, I'm telling you again, we must be aware that some mechanism is going to be utilized to pull more cash into the now. Jeffrey, thank you. Dude, I don't know what the hell's going on here. I don't know. I think the market wants Trump. I've covered this at length. The market wants Trump again. Why? He's an advocate for zero and negative rates. Absolutely destructive for the economy. It would help the Fed. So maybe the Fed wants Trump. I don't know. They're both playing the game with regard to the Fed's plan. Kamala and Trump are selling the Fed's freaking plan. We promise you lower rates. People, that's not what we need here. They want to lead us to our own demise, or we're leading ourselves there. They got people focused on this and that. Meanwhile, secret troop deployments, possibly a vast escalation of war within 30 to 90 days, more likely on the shorter end from what I understand. Look, anyway, back to the market real quick. Crypto's got hit pretty good. Commodities doing well. All right. But the fact that we have this going on, people, this is a concern. This is a big concern to me, at least. And it should be to you too. No matter, look, this is how it works. If you're in the stock market, that's a concern to you. If you are not absolutely certain as to who is going to be selected here, it really should affect the way you think about your investment in the stock market and cryptocurrency. With gold and silver and commodities, people, come on. But first of all, if we do see what I think is, after what I heard today, an extremely reliable source telling me, Greg, this is what's going to happen here. Look, nothing is a lock. And, even the most reliable source on the planet, there's always, this game that is played of incomplete information. And that's the truth. And that's what we do as speculators in the market, understanding what's going on. Gold and silver, you cannot lose here. Again, what do we know? What do we know, people? Tyler, thank you. We know for a fact, people, that we are going to see vast, I cannot underscore that word enough, vast debt expansion around the world as central banks fulfill their goal. They have but one goal, that is to inflate. That's their single power. They're not going to give it up. That's why we should expect something sooner than later, especially with what's happening with regard to the BRICS alliance getting stronger. Do you see what I'm talking about? It just makes sense that more war. Jamie Dimon, he already believes we're in World War III, running scenarios that'll shock you. The IMF warning over and over and over again. Come on, man. It's two in our face. And if we just connect the dots, it seems pretty obvious, people, as to what's going on. But again, look, as I was saying, there's a lot of risk here. There's a lot of uncertainty as to how this is going to play out with this election, man. If it's Trump, the market's going to love it. If it's Harris, the stock market's going to hate it. The crypto space could be cut in half, people. But that doesn't mean it won't present a massive buying opportunity. I still believe it will. Again, look, I understand that a lot of you guys and girls despise cryptocurrency. I get it. And I understand why it's not real, it's intangible, whatever it is, whatever your reason may be, it's valid. I understand that. Crypto is an extremely speculative place to be in. But again, Trump, crypto president, Bitcoin president, crypto capital of the world. If he is selected, I believe the man, I'm taking him at his word, and so should you. And I mean, he's already built an entire business around this, spent millions and millions and millions of dollars on it. His family business now, they own 75% of this business. He's created his own crypto token. Come on, people. So again, it's just too easy to see. But again, you need to think about you, yourself, your risk tolerance, what you're going to do. If you're not in the stock market, if you're not in crypto, you don't give a damn about this. I would imagine you're in hard assets, gold, silver more specifically, and you're just going to laugh through this. I get it big time. But me, myself, I have a lot of exposure to this market. I've been buying the dips in this market for years. I have built up a substantial position in this market. You already know what I'm doing. JEPI, I pretty much completed that one. I'm working on my JEPQ here. So, I have a lot of skin in the game. With regard to crypto, I'm really playing with house money here, but I don't want to lose that either. You understand? So, yes, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of anything, okay? Period. There's concern here. Fear, none of us should be afraid, because fear will ruin you. It is a paralyzing force that takes away your ability to think. And that's what they want. They want to make you afraid. So when you hear something that it maybe kind of rattles you a little bit, exactly, be prepared, not scared. Alan, thank you for that. You understand? We're good here. We really are good here. And I've been telling you guys, it goes, no matter, look, are you guys and girls even the slightest bit shocked to hear that we may see an expansion of a war? No, not a single one of you are. Look, we can't time this. We can take information from a source or a good source and say, you know what, this sounds about right. And more than likely, my gut, I always listen to my gut, my God-given intellect. It sounds right to me. This period we're in right now, this lulling of the public into everything is fine, don't worry, and then all of a sudden, bam. What we do know is they need a series of events to be thrust upon us to justify vast amounts of spending. Cash that we don't have. We're broke. We're destitute. Every developed nation on this world is tens of trillions of dollars at face value in debt. You want to add the derivatives associated with that, or in the quadrillions? People, this can't be fixed. It's not meant to be fixed. Debt is meant to expand. When you hear this presidential selectee or this presidential selectee telling you they have a plan to stop it, you know you're being lied to. Again, look, during Trump's last tenure, just prior to it, he was selling that the tariffs were going to help pay off the debt in 2 years. What happened? A nearly $9 trillion more debt. Strip out COVID, that's $3.6 trillion, man. Still $5 trillion was a lie. It's a lie again. But people are so used to it that they don't even care anymore. It's the sickest situation I've ever heard of in my life. Whatever comes out of a politician's mouth, if their mouth is moving, if they're breathing, they're lying. You understand? It's a game. It's politics. Are we on the same page with this? I really, really hope so. Again, this is what I'm worried about. I have a concern about this. XRP Plumbing, thank you. You understand? This is a concern to me. We need, and that's why I asked my technical traders to look at this here. I was a technical trader for many, many, many years. You all know that. I was a day trader. I was a swing trader. Very difficult business, no doubt about it. Your bankroll swings can literally make you want to rip your hair out, and sometimes you have to do that. But this here is an interesting thing to see. We all know, we all understand that at one point we are going to see a sell-off in the debt market that's going to rip our heads off. Forget about spinning around like the exorcist. It's going to occur. A debt market meltdown is a certainty. A locking up of the credit markets is what they're going to do to bring us to our knees and tell us, we have a new system for you, problem, reaction, solution, but they need an event. Again, no finger pointing at the Federal Reserve or what they're doing here. Neither Kamala nor Trump is willing to do that. That should tell you something. It's a blame game. It's Trump's fault because he spent more or helped the Fed, whatever, pull more cash into existence than any president in history. No, it's Biden's fault because we're seeing inflation right now, which is, again, only the brain dead can't understand that. It's basic economics 101, comes down to money velocity. You all know that. But it's all a deception. It's a game. And they think we're being played, but there's not a single one of you out here who follows this blog that is not keenly aware of what is going on and why. So with that said, what are we going to do about this? We're really not going to change anything for the most part. Now, for my lions out here, and I know some of you already did it, I've already heard from you, have already gotten out of their crypto spaces, have already gotten out of the stock market, and you're just sitting back and laughing. I understand that. But some people, including this guy, I intend to ride it out, at least for now. But if I change my mind, all right, let me say this. If we continue to see this spike over the next couple of days, I may close it all. I may get out of the stock market, close every position I have. I may close all of my crypto positions as well. Gold and silver, looking to buy more of it. If I do that, you guys and girls are going to be the first people to know about it. Now, if you have not done this, I would suggest doing it now. In the description of this video is a link to my newsletter. If it happens during the day and I'm not able doing a video blog, I will blast it out to everyone. Look, guys and girls, this is getting out of control. I decided to get it out until after the selection. Okay. And then look, what do you got to lose? This is what I'm telling you, man. Stop being greedy. I'm not being greedy. That's the truth. I'm not in this because I feel like I'm being greedy or anything. I'm just looking for more opportunity to put more cash in here or whatever it might be. You understand? So we'll see how this plays out. If my level of concern reaches a point where, Greg, the inner voice says, get out of the stock market, get out of your crypto positions right now, wait till after the selection, because I'm telling you how it's going to play out. It's too simple to understand. The market is a little twisted, demented child. It really, really is. And if it doesn't get what it wants here, and I sincerely believe with every fiber of who I am right now that the market wants Trump. Why? Zero rates, negative rates. There's no doubt that we could see that if Trump is selected here. Would that help you? No. Would that help the 1% and 2%ers, people like Musk, his right-hand man? Abso-freaking-lutely it would. All right. So let's just logically think through this, how we're going to play it, and then take action. Sound about right to you? That's where we are, people. I think we covered everything that I wanted to talk about here. Now, before, run, Greg, run. I'll run. I will run. All right. If we continue to see this spike moving into next week, prior to the 5th, we'll see. I don't like to act like this. Whenever I do something in life, okay, I have to evaluate it and think about it. Jim, thank you. Like to an extreme degree. I ponder, I write, I come up with scenarios in my head. And then after a lot of, it's just being an analyst really makes you analyze things to an extreme degree. And I don't do anything like that without really putting a lot of thought into it. So I don't think, we're at that point where we must act today. We still have time here. You understand? And again, I don't care really. We can't stop the wheels that have been put in motion. I'm telling you right now, can't be stopped. There's not enough of us, but we are a revolutionary force here, the people who belong to this family, this worldwide family. And I believe that with all I got. And every revolution, every solution starts out small. I think we're there with that. I wish we had more people here. I really, really do. But that's okay too. We got the right people here. People who understand what's going on, who are not living in their little cubby holes somewhere, being afraid and sucking their thumb off. We are a legion of lions here who rely on each other, who can count on each other. Okay. And again, this thing, we are so much stronger together, people. We really are. I urge you all to interact with each other. Um, Ignore the nonsense out here. Again, there's not that many trolls out here lately. We kind of eradicated them. They just went running for the hills. Too bad though. I used to have a lot of fun with them. I really did. But for the most part, man, this is a beautiful thing that we've created here over the years, people, and I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud of it. How are people censored here? I don't know, Scott. You tell me, how are people censored here? I do believe that YouTube does cut stuff off. The only things that I don't like to see is hatred. So the spread of hate here. I like this to be a channel of love. Hate comes from a bad place, man. It's the Babylon system. Hatred. We are stronger together. Thank you so much, man. We don't go that way. We don't play that game. All right. Love is the secret that you. And again, why do you think there is so many the force against bringing us together, allowing us to come together on a particular issue or something? We must be divided, and hate is how you divide. Hate divides. Love brings together. We cannot be allowed to love each other. We must hate each other. And that is a phenomenon that has been used as a weapon against the people of this world since time began. Cain and Abel before and everything else, man. Are we on the same page with this? I think we are. I really, really do. All right. Now, before we get out of here, people, is there anything you guys and girls want to talk about before we go? Again, we're not gonna meet up here until Sunday for the markets to look ahead. And believe me, I didn't forget about what we're gonna do at the end, because that's, to me, the key as well. This may be the debt market is definitely the key to the markets, but we hold the real key, the golden key. You understand? Audit the Fed. Yes. Don't we wish that would happen here? Wouldn't have happened. There's been so many bills and orders and but the Fed is an independent organization with zero oversight. And not even President Trump said that he should have the power to make an order with regard to if he were elected or selected here as president. He says he does not believe that the president should be able to give orders to the Fed. What is he saying? I proclaim the Fed should be independent. I mean, it's a terrible thing to hear, man. But unfortunately, again, we don't have a leader. We will not get a leader, just so you know. We have someone that's going to help foster the end game here. And the way this is set up right now, there's no escape. I get that. No matter who is put there, we are going to suffer way worse than we're suffering right here now. I'm telling you. So just make the right connections, make the right alliances, play the game the right way as we have been doing. And we're going to be okay. We really, really are. I think for the most part, we're going to be fine. Anything else? What would happen if we went back? Dude, we're not going back to a gold standard. There's just no possible way that's going to happen. Central bank's power, you have to understand, resides in one thing. Just one. And that is their ability to issue debt. Period. They have already slaughtered millions. to foster this debt-based systems, and they will slaughter tens of millions more to keep the debt-based system going here in one way or the other. It's the sole power of these institutions, central banks that have their bases around the world. It's a war, and they're winning. And we don't have a single world leader, not one. I don't care how much you may think I am wrong here, and because we heard it all during Trump's last tenure. He's going to end the Fed. All he did was make the Fed exponentially stronger. Stephen, thank you. I appreciate that. Everything that people thought would happen didn't. It's going to be the same thing now, but to a much greater degree. No matter who is selected, we lose. We lose. It's an unfortunate thing. And what we're seeing, you think we're living in the now? Tyler, thank you. Yes, a personal gold standard is a beautiful thing. What have I been telling you? Bet against this system. Become your own central bank. That's how you win in this system here that we're being wiped out. Anyway, man, I lost my train of thought here, but we're kind of all on the same page. I really think we are. Become your own CUDA. That's awesome. That's just great. I've been talking about the BRICS, man. I for a long time. This alliance is a danger, and that's why I would expect things to happen sooner than later. I don't believe before the BRICS is allowed, in my opinion, to gain a real stranglehold. Again, their threat is not against you or me. It's against the Federal Reserve in this case. Before that is allowed to solidify itself, many people are going to die first. Okay. Well, look, I've been saying for I don't know how many years now, maybe almost 10, that I believe we are in for a whole new paradigm, a whole new set of rules, a whole new dynamic. Control is what it's all about here. And to pull that off, they will vastly reduce the human population of this planet. Greg wearing a tinfoil hat right now. I guess you guys and girls are going to make up your own mind on that deal. But I think most of you believe that is probably where we're going here. It just seems about right. Anyway, that's kind of where Greg's age. Everyone knows how old I am. I'm an old dude, man. I'm 59 years old. 50 freaking 9. Palladium. Love palladium. I always talk about that. Silver, of the precious metals here. Look, let's just say it again. Silver's Greg's favorite. Gold is my second favorite. Platinum, palladium, I would say come in an equal third here. Honestly, and of course, commodities across the board. These are real things. You understand? We're going to have a wealth transfer. It's already in effect. A wealth transfer effect on a massive scale, right up to the 1% and 2%ers. And that's the way it always is. When you hear a candidate, a selectee, saying, "Oh, I got your back. I'm the prince or the princess of the middle class," you realize that you're being lied to. All that matters, the entire system is designed to suck wealth right out of you and bring it right up to the super elite, the Elon Musks of the world. Anything to the contrary, if you believe to the contrary, then you seriously need to sit back and meditate and maybe pray a little bit for some guidance, because you're way off base. Anyway, that's where we're at, people. I think we're just about done. What do you think? You think that's true? With that said, what we're gonna do is what we always do. All right. First of all, what we're gonna do first is I want you to think about what we've spoken about. I want you to ponder these things. Don't take anything that I say ever as, well, this is it. I want you to think about it. Rely on your God-given intellect, for which we all have, although we're told we don't have one. God has been stripped away. God doesn't even exist anymore to some people, and I think that's the biggest travesty of all. But that's just my take. No theological friggin' rant for me right now, because a lot of people hate it. Whatever. But just think logically about where things are, where you see things going. You understand? And then, again, act on what you feel is the right thing. Sound like we're on the same page? I think so. All right. So, with that said, we're going to get together Sunday for my markets to look ahead as always. And I promise, as always, to keep you guys as far ahead of the curve as I am able to do. So now it's time. Bring it in. No one's watching, and even if they are, tell them to come and join us. All right, ready? Love each other, care about each other, be charitable, people. I love you all from my heart and soul. I mean this with all I got. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Thank you for those thumbs up. Please share this stuff. Get it out there. Enjoy your weekend. All right. Let's at least try to do that. Okay. And we will. Remember, no fear ever. All right. I'll see you on Sunday.